This is my final project on AFB scent dogs, also known as beekeeping dogs. What is AFB? This is American foulbrood disease, and it's a highly contagious and devastating disease that primarily affects honeybee larvae and is caused by the spore-forming bacterium. AFB is not dangerous to humans, but it is extremely destructive because of its rapid spread within hives and other colonies. Once a colony is affected, everything needs to be destroyed: bees, hives, and equipment. A study from 2023 by Chen et al. Talks just about how challenging this disease can be. It spreads within hives through contaminated honey fed to larvae, as well as through bees attempting to clean up the infected cells. On top of that, any contaminated equipment that is being used in hive keeping can also contribute to the spread of AFB among colonies. Prevention is crucial because there is currently no cure for AFB once the hive is infected. Regular inspections for signs of disease and infection are essential steps in the prevention of the spread of this disease. This is important because bees play a vital role in ecosystems and agricultural productivity. This makes early detection and prevention very important. It is key in mitigating the devastating effects of AFB on honeybee colonies. The training of dogs to detect AFB is similar to the training of dogs for other scent detection tasks. Dogs have an incredible sense of smell, which can be honed and trained to detect specific odors, including those associated with diseases like AFB. The process involves familiarizing the dogs with the target odor through positive reinforcement training techniques, gradually refining their ability to differentiate between the target odor and other scents. A study conducted by Thompson et al. In 2022 wanted to determine whether detection dogs could recognize an odor pattern from pea larvae spores, the bacteria responsible for AFB. The study used 3 experienced detection dogs and involved target odor training using laboratory-produced spores and control samples. During the training phase, dogs were exposed to the target odor of the spores and rewarded for indicating its presence. Through repetition and reinforcement, the dogs learned to associate the target with a positive outcome, such as treats or playtime. Once trained, the dogs were tested in a series of trials using an odor detection carousel. They were presented with a new set of samples containing either pea larvae spores or control samples. The trained dogs correctly identified a single spore sample from the control samples in all the trials, demonstrating a 100% success rate. This indicates that detection dogs can indeed recognize the odor of AFB, laying the groundwork for future field trials and applications in real-world beekeeping scenarios. This is a real-world beekeeping dog, Mac. He's a 5-year-old lab and is protecting Maryland's commercial honeybee populations from disease. He is trained to detect the scent of dead bee larvae infected with AFB. His owner is a master beekeeper that is in charge of ensuring hives are free of disease, and he's decided to add a dog to his team. Maryland's bee colonies are often transported across the country for pollination, making them susceptible to the spreading of AFB if they are infected. Mac's ability to detect the disease allows for early intervention, preventing the disease from spreading to other colonies. He is trained to sit when he detects the specific scent of the larvae. Mac does his scent inspections during colder weather when the bees are dormant. He is extremely quick and efficient at his work and inspects around 1,000 colonies per month. His successful training led to his certification as an official AFB detector. In 2017, the Maryland governor awarded Mac the Customer Service Heroes Award for his important work. Here's a video that shows Mac and talks a little bit more about his training process.
Here, check here. Good boy. Good qualities for a detection dog, especially one that would be working around bees, would be laid back, easygoing, people pleaser. You like to see stamina where they can, continue to work. Are you ready to work? Come on. Let's go. Go back to work. Thank you. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Thank you. We actually use the real comb, and I hide it into the boxes or the tubes or the fake beehives. When he finds that scent, he knows to sit. And we use the beehive so that he's used to being around that shape and size box. The bees he inspects, we put a sticker on saying that they were certified of American foul brood free with the date on it, and then they're good to move in and out of state for that 1 year. Let's go. Come on. Check. Good boy. That's a good job. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. So the bee larvae, the bee babies, the bacteria kills them. And then when they die, they actually kind of soup down like a kind of gooey mummy. And that gooey mummy has spores in it. And that gooey larva will then dry up and harden into what looks like a fish scale. It just lays in the bottom of the beeswax comb, and that scale is what we want to make sure he can alert on, and not just the full-on dead, larva. Hey, Clarky, don't eat it. No. I caught you eating something. No, leave it. So our new dog in training is Clark. He is a Beagle mix. He's 1, so he's still a little high-spirited. I mean, Mac has a lot of good qualities, but his best quality is laid back. Run with the yeah, easy now, easy. Clark takes out his hawk. Human inspection would never be able to accomplish 1,800 colonies and still be able to work and educate homeowners and backyard beekeepers. So using Mac on something like that is very useful, so that we have our time to be in other bee yards.
Using a beekeeping dog has many benefits. Like stated before, dogs can detect the scent of AFB much earlier than visual inspections. Furthermore, beekeeping dogs can inspect far more hives in a shorter amount of time compared to human inspectors. Dogs can conduct hive inspections during colder weather when bees are less active, and human inspectors typically cannot open the hives to check for disease during this time. This allows for year-round inspections and enhances the overall effectiveness of disease monitoring and prevention efforts. While training and maintaining a beekeeping dog requires initial investment and ongoing care, the efficiency and accuracy of their detection capabilities can ultimately save beekeepers time and resources in managing their health. The presence of beekeeping dogs like Mac also raises awareness among beekeepers about the importance of disease prevention and hive management practices. There are some ethical dilemmas surrounding beekeeping dogs. One ethical consideration is the welfare of the dogs themselves. Dogs exposed to bees are at risk of being stung, which can lead to pain, swelling, and allergic reactions. Just like humans, dogs can be allergic to bee stings, and in severe cases, an allergic reaction can be life-threatening. In 2013, Thomas et al. Studied a dog that went into anaphylactic shock after a bee sting, and it was almost fatal. Beekeepers must take precautions to minimize the risk of bee stings to their dogs, such as providing protective gear or training dogs to avoid contact with bees. And you can see in the photo of the protective gear on the left. Furthermore, there's concern of the accuracy and reliability of beekeeping dogs' detection abilities. While dogs like Mac are highly trainable and can detect the specific scent of AFB-infected larvae, there may be instances of false positives or false negatives, leading to unnecessary hive interventions or misdetections of infected hives. It is important to understand the economical and ecological implications of incorrect detected hives to the agricultural industry. Beekeepers must carefully consider the potential consequences of relying solely on dog detection and may need to supplement it with other detection methods for verification. Overall, early detection saves hives. Scent dogs help prevent the spread of AFB and save bee populations from devastating losses. Efficiency and effectiveness. Dogs can inspect far more hives than humans can through their keen sense of smell. Also, you have to consider balancing ethical considerations. Like I said, relying solely on dogs for their detection can be extremely detrimental. You must also consider the safety and well-being of the dogs that are performing this work, as working with bees can be dangerous. Thank you for watching, and here are my sources.